Yeah, we're talking about boxing promotion in Nigeria and how you can get more fights for Nigerian boxers and also bringing international fights back to the country.
Cecilia, another way we can promote boxing in Nigeria is good followership. Back in the day when it was admirable, people come out to watch boxing bouts. It's like a religion. You don't want to see when fans of boxing are gathered. The passion is turbocharged. It's exciting watching boxing fans. So while we're trying to put blames on administration, management, what about the guys that love boxing? Somebody in his own little way, if you have a boxer at home that is doing so well, let's pick out Fijabi, or let's pick out Scorpion. Remember, his name beats me now. And say, I'm going to buy a boxing glove for a start. A follower of boxing. Say, okay, let's go to the boxing gym. What do we need to put here? More punching bags. Danny Gali was here the other day. He says, you don't need to give us 10 million, 20 million. That the first promoter I had when I was in Canada was a man around the kiosk that was giving him bus pass. That guy was his first sponsor. Because whether or not you like it, Cecilia, that guy killed the barrier of transportation. Danny Gali must get to training because somebody has taken care of that. So I look at all of this and I say, it's a total package. Administration, yes, everything rises and falls on leadership. But what is it you and I can do in our own little way to make something admirable? And that's what boxing needs. Yes.
That's what they actually need. You know, we talked about the governor's belt, the Gold TV, and some other ones that are coming up. So these ones are actually bringing people back, you know, to the sport, and every month they look forward to it. The end of the year also, they look forward to it and all that. So that's something. And when you have this, so you have more, the merrier. And it's sustainability, that's the key issue. You know, Jerry talked about companies don't want to put in their money and all that. It's always difficult. But if you give them a good product, definitely it will sell.
There's no way. A good product must always sell. This funding talk. Package something properly. Do the right thing. Let your house be in order. We shouldn't hear tomorrow if even the board of the Boxing Federation, problems here and there. You know, so how will I now come and put my money into a house that is scattered? Problems.
Okay, just pick up one boxer and put the money into the boxer.
Fine. Cecilia, and again, last year, Olufike Oshonaike said something. Federation, don't sit somewhere when a competition is going on. You go to events under account only 2 members of a federation from the federation organizing the competition, 2, 3. Where are others? You cannot even come. And that's the story. We keep talking. Look at the old boxers, all of them having their belts. How many can Efe Ajagba bring out? How many can the ladies bring out that could even qualify for the Olympics? It means we've gone to sleep. What I was trying to say, we also have the likes of Isaac Ekpo, former super middleweight champion. Support in his own way, killed his career. Nobody was willing to support him. But now, Cecilia, I'm glad you met him, and he's saying he wants to bounce back. If we give him support, if everybody starts, you know, in their own little way, ensure we promote our own, he's a boxing ambassador, and he can maybe get back to winning ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, let's listen to former super middleweight champion Isaac Ekpo. He's talking about his career and ways that it can be revived. We'll be right back.
I lost the world title in 2013. I always tell Nigerians I'm sorry. That was my first outing for what they did to win the title from me. But this time, going back, the second opportunity has been given to me after 4 years. But I believe by the grace of God, God will give me the power to come back with it. 18th of March this year. I don't want to know his name, but the champion I know is the belt that I want to go and collect from him. So I'm not boasting, you know, as a soldier. I believe if I'm standing with my rifle, can he snatch my rifle away from me? He can't. So if I can't snatch my rifle, I'm going to take the belt from him. Just like what I used to do to other people, I will do to him. Not necessarily until you have the biggest promoter in the world that makes you a champion. I told Nigerians I will not leave my country, I will remain in Nigeria, I will not go and stay in abroad to make me to become a world champion. I train in Nigeria. I got all the belts in Nigeria. I will be in Nigeria to become a world champion. I will still come back to Nigeria, I will tell them, in your heart, lift the facility you want. If you don't have the heart to do it, nobody, let the pastor pray and fast from now till 40 years. If you don't do it, if you don't take a step, you can't win. I train every day, at least of 6, 7, 8 hours for me to become a champion, to maintain the standard I am today. If you talk of Isaac Ekpo, you see in 33 fights, 31 wins. It's not easy task, just 2 losses, 24 knockouts. All the champions are afraid. Nobody wants to test that grenade.
I also don't want to test that grenade. But Cecilia, You cannot. How real can you get about life? You know, of every sport, when I look at sport, I say, some people say there's luck in it. I agree. But with boxing, no luck. If you don't prepare, it says, call any pastor to pray. If you are not ready,
you're not ready. It doesn't happen.
They'll knock you out.
6 to 8 hours a day. He's an army, so obviously it's got his stamina on the other. No, I'm looking at this champion. 33 fights, just 2 knockouts, and he 18th of March. We'll be waiting and see if he can be able to reclaim that belt he lost since 2014. Is he apologizing for it because he thought, look, I should have won it, but somehow.
But it could have been avoided. How many people even knew that fight was coming up? What sort of preparation did he get? This is someone that is still serving the country in the army and still having boxing as a passion. Double glory is bringing to the country. Double. But Cecilia, where's the support? Some people were asking, why did Soji Fashuba leave to go and join the UK army? Why won't he leave? People don't understand. These guys have their life. They need to earn a living and take care of their families. They are breadwinners. So when we're not doing the right things and we just sit down when the competition is coming up, they will not win. You see them. They will not win now.
No, we don't even believe they're going to win, so we don't even prepare for them and all that. So, it's so many stories. It's not pretty.
That's not a joke. That's the story of boxing in Nigeria. It used to be admirable. Before independence in Nigeria, boxing had already produced world champions. Think about that. World champions. Boxing has produced world champions. You remember the likes of Dickie Etu Tiger and Hogan Kid Bassi. They were champions in their own right. But then the country went to sleep. And then all of those talents also went to sleep. And then infrastructure became a problem. And then administration got roughened. That's the story of boxing in Nigeria. But we're hoping that with this boxing promotion coming up, everything will turn for good in this country. Sports this morning on channels, television, wherever you are in the world. We invite you to be part of the program. Don't just watch this show. Come. Let us play for the love of the game. There's so much to talk about. Do you know that Novak Djokovic is out of the Australian Open? Do you know? Do you also know that he was told to go back home in round 2? Do you also know that it is the world number 117, Denis Istomin from Uzbekistan, that told the world number 2, Pak, go. Action-packed world of sports. We are monitoring all that is going on at the Australian Open, and you can be part of the program on Twitter, our channels _sports, Facebook channels, IFA Sports. Also, you can send us an email, sportsthismorning@channelstv.com. #Australian Open, #MPFL Match Day 3. What a story we are having. Day 1, we saw goals. Match day 2, goals. Day 3, what can you give us? We are waiting, but we will continue to monitor the Nigeria Professional Football League. #boxing in Nigeria. We want you to be part of nation building. What can be done to revive boxing in Nigeria? For the likes of Adeleke Adeboye, boxing promoter, they want to start bringing competitions. We applaud him for that. What can you do? Let's develop boxing in Nigeria with the #boxing in Nigeria. AFCON 2017 AFCON. No, Nigeria, Senegal, they are beginning to make us see reasons to follow them. They are through to the quarterfinals. They are impressive at the moment. Let's see if they can sustain the momentum. There's so much to talk about. I see English Premier League. Whatever you are talking about in your world of sports. Cecilia, let's get on with the show now. We talk so much about development, and one way to develop is either you go back to the grassroots or you go back to the grassroots. That's what our attention will be this morning with basketball.
Yeah, definitely. And Olumide Oyedeji will be joining us on the program to talk more on grassroots basketball development. But before that, just enjoy the highlights coming from the Australian Open. Serena Williams was serving all through, winning her game. Of course, Novak Djokovic, how she actually went out. Enjoy it.
Superb finish, and look at the reaction to give his best. He was only allowed to play so well. And